I wanted to give you an update on the fig cuttings from Figaholics. I started them February 4th. It hasn't even been a month yet, and this is where we're at. So this first one is the Socorro Black. There are swollen buds that are bursting through the parafilm, but I don't see any visible roots yet. Next, I have the yellow Longneck Fig. As you can see, it has started to leaf out right here, and this one at the top is going to leaf out very soon. This one had actually started to try and produce a little figlet, so I took it off, and there are no visible roots yet. I have not watered these. Oh, actually, there's one tiny little root right here. I haven't watered these since the 4th of February, and you can still see moisture inside of the bag. This next one is Figo Preto. It has some buds that are starting to swell, but none of them have burst through yet, and there are no visible roots on this one. This next one is Pastiliere, and look at all of that growth. Beautiful. It has so many leaves that are starting to emerge, and thankfully this one didn't have any figlets that I can see. Maybe there was one on this side. Look at how beautiful this one is. Not only does it have a lot of growth at the top, as you can see there, but there's also some roots that are clearly visible right here, which is a beautiful thing to see. It makes me very excited. And the same goes for the bottom and a little bit of the side. This is less than a month. This is a Marseilles Black. It has some leafing going up at the top and some buds that have burst through the parafilm. However, I don't see any roots yet. But I've noticed that after they start leafing out, it's only a few weeks before you start to see roots, if not days. This is the second Marseilles Black Fig. This one has a little bit more growth. It has leaves right there and then right here. I hope that all of these are in frame. However, I don't see any roots on this one either. Just fine. I'm not surprised, but I do expect to see roots within the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. This one is Genovese Nero AF, and it has quite a bit of growth when it comes to the leaves. The leaves look very healthy. I'm very excited to see some roots emerging right here. Let's turn it around. No roots on this side, but the fact that I can see some right here is a really good sign. There's actually about 3 roots that I can clearly see. This next one is my Borges Haute Gris, and if you look at the top, there are no leaves visible. The buds are swelling, and then up here there was a figlet forming. What I've started to do now is as soon as figlets start forming on these cuttings, I pinch them off immediately. Although I don't see any growth at the very top, that doesn't worry me, because if you look down here, there's roots starting to emerge. And I think it's actually preferable to have roots rather than leaves, because it's focusing its energy on establishing roots, and then it can go ahead and start leafing out. But the most important thing about cuttings is to have a good root system. So the fact that I don't see leaves doesn't disappoint me, because we have roots. This next one is a Black Greek Unknown Marius, and there is a swollen bud right there. I hope you guys can see. I hope my camera's focusing, because it's hard to tell from my angle, but there's a swollen bud right there that's already burst through, and the other ones look like they're swelling as well, but they haven't broken through. And just like the last cutting, there's a root right there. I don't see anywhere else, but this root gives me a lot of hope. This is another Socorro Black, and as you can see, it has many swollen buds right there all the way up to the top. And this one was starting to form figlets as well, so I just pinched those off. It doesn't have leaves yet, but the buds have burst through the parafilm, and no visible roots yet. This next cutting is a red Lebanese. It has swollen buds, although they haven't burst through the parafilm. It was trying to produce a fig right here, and I pinched that off, but the rest of the buds do look like they're swelling, so that's a good thing. This one does not have any visible roots yet. This last cutting is my Martinenko Rimada, and I'm very excited because it has leaves and buds that have burst through everywhere. There was one figlet that was trying to form here. I pinched that off, and afterwards it just put its energy towards leafing out. And if we look at the bottom, there are no signs of roots yet, but I expect to see some within the next few weeks. Overall, this fig cutting looks really good though. So that's the update for now, you guys. The figs are doing wonderful. They are showing signs of life, which makes me very happy. Once the root systems take off, that's when I'll have a little sigh of relief, because although it is really encouraging to see leafy growth, the most important thing is the roots at the end of the day. And hopefully we can get these up potted within the next month or two. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.